Link down below as always if you want to read this shit on your own. It's the Season of Pride update and it should be out by the time the video is live. It's about 3.5 gigabytes in weight on all platforms. It includes general updates, obviously, bug fixes, the 7 Deadly Sins Act 2 Pride, where we get to explore the profusion escalation and take ownership of new items in a shiny suit. The Pride announcement trailer gives you a sneak peek of what's expected on May 10th. Challenges fixed. Oh, I hope so. We've resolved issues that would prevent players from unlocking the following challenges: Cleaning Up Colorado, Electric Boogie, Marrakesh, HBOS, Urine for It, Sapienza, Landslide, Estate Wines, Mendoza, and Got My Boomstick, Carpathian Mountains. We've also fixed an issue that prevented the Bullet Train Carpathian Mountain trophy achievements from unlocking. Notebook challenges, we've fixed an issue where completed challenges would still be shown as locked when viewed via the in-game notebook. Players would previously need to save or load or restart the mission to see accurate challenges displayed during the mission, even though completion status was correctly being tracked. Legacy Lighting Pass. We've adjusted and tweaked various lighting issues across locations from Hitman 1 and 2. Only the ICA facility in New York have not had any changes made related to lighting. Our focus to tweak extremely bright reflections or glows transitioning between dark and bright areas, navigating seeing textures in dark areas, and to ensure that screen space reflections look as expected with these changes. Legacy load errors, we've made changes to resolve an issue that would prevent players from saving/loading when using items from Hitman 1 or 2. Basically the one with the load failed error message that asked you to check that you had access to specific content. NPCs ignore toilets. Maybe they're wearing a diaper. Toilets are now more appealing to anyone affected by emetic poison. In other words, we've resolved an issue where NPCs would prefer to use a rubbish bin trash can. That's true. Rather than the toilet to throw up. Now they'll use more logical choices more often. But let's say you were being poisoned and you wanted to vomit and there was a garbage can next to me, I would go for that before the toilet. Before a place where people squat and take a shit. I'm just saying. Garbage can is probably a little cleaner to be sticking your head in there. Leaderboard percentiles. We've implemented a new feature to the detailed score screen to give an at-glance look at how your score compares to the selected leaderboard. It's also possible to see where the majority of players rank in each mission, so it's good for people that are narcissistic. Minimap overlay. We've resolved a minor visual issue where icons near the minimap and prompts could overlap when viewing the inventory. Psyker 1 out. We've changed the properties of the Psyker 1 emetic gun to fix an issue where it could not be selected in offline mode. There's a lot of shit that don't work in offline mode. Like the shortcuts that you can unlock in Hitman 3's levels. If you go offline because you lost internet or you got disconnected from the server, yeah, those shortcuts, they don't work. It's fucking dumb. Taunton Psyker. We've resolved an issue that would cause the inventory images of the Psyker 1 and Tauntaun dart gun to be swapped depending on what was unlocked and in what order. Identical explosives. We've tweaked the inventory images of the ICA explosive images so they better reflect the in-game versions. PS5 game help. We've resolved an issue where placeholder text was showing for some steps of the PS5 game help. It had nothing to do with our pet cat. Caught bald-headed. Indeed, and proud of it. Agent 47's bald head will no longer poke out the top of the Arcanian tuxedo suit. I don't know why that was funny. Featured contract rewards. We've tidied up how the featured contract reward challenges are being tracked to fix a few issues. Some context, our intention at launch was for players to complete unique featured contracts to earn the different milestone rewards. 10, 20, 30, 40. Funny, I was taught in school after 10 was 11, then 12, but, what do I know? I knew I shouldn't have dropped out in grade 7. However, it was possible to reach these milestones by repeating the same contract, and after reverting back to the intended structure, it caused a few irregularities on the challenge progress depending on the extent of players' progress. Here's what will happen with the release of the 3.3 patch. Players who have reached a specific milestone when 3.30 is released will earn the related unlocks. Example, if you currently have 32 of 30 contracts completed and no way to unlock 3.30, will grant you that unlock and mark the challenge as completed. All uncompleted featured contract reward challenges will accurately display the number of unique featured contracts that have been completed. Example, if you played the same contract 29 of 30 times at launch, 3.30 will adjust that challenge progress to be 1 of 30. The idea here is that we want to keep the intended structure of these challenges going forward, but without punishing players who played by the rules at launch. There are no rules in the world of assassination. Not that I would know firsthand, I'm just saying, because if I did, I wouldn't be sitting here, I'd be in a cell. Anyhow, featured contract counter. We've resolved an issue that could prevent the first completed featured contract from being registered on the featured contracts track. Say that 10 times fast. Which could lead to irregularities in the progression. FC disconnect. We've resolved an issue that could cause players to disconnect when completing a featured contract. The contract completion was properly registered in the featured contracts check challenge, but any unlocks that should have been awarded were not granted. Queued queues. We've made some changes to ensure that the proper audio cues play when unlocking new items through mastery unlocks, or when new complications for escalations are introduced. Already registered. We've updated the error message player receive when trying to log into their IOI account and are told that they're already registered but unable to log in. Players are now told that they need to visit the IOI account website and log in using their preferred platform. This was mostly occurring for PC players who had previously signed up for an IOI account but are playing Hitman 3 on Epic for the first time. See, nothing is epic about Epic games. I'm just saying. Xbox One rendering quality. We've added a rendering quality toggle to the options graphics menu of the Xbox One X and the One S that allows players to choose between high quality or high frame rate mode. A brief moment, we've resolved an issue that could cause in-game dialogue to continue after entering the inventory wheel and then choosing an item to store in a briefcase. It's intended that the entire game is paused when players are in all inventory menus, which a lot of them you can't even see when you're offline, but enough of that. Challenge filter. We've added a new option to the challenge menus that will make it easier to filter the challenges depending on what you want to see. Show all, show completed, show incomplete, show rewards. I should have been there from the beginning. Colorblind guards. We've adjusted the guard dialogue lines that trigger when they're hunting 47 to more accurately describe the suit he was wearing. In some cases, certain suits would trigger placeholder dialogue lines describing 47 in their Requiem suit. Precision aim. When playing on a controller, you can now press the L1 or LB button to activate the marksman perk, which will improve your aim and slow down time. This has been implemented as a part of an important change for the Nintendo Switch players, but will work for other controllers and platforms too. The in-game UI and controller mapping will still show R2-RT as the default option for non-Switch players, but we've noticed it here, seeing as the option will be available. Typo thief. We fixed the typo in the description of the Tauntaun dart gun from steel to steel. Who else had picked up on that? Tactical placeholder. We've updated the description of the tactical turtleneck suit in the inventory to remove the placeholder text. Poison pen has been updated. The Italian description for the siringa emanita a forma di penna. ICA to better reflect that it is an emetic device. It's not lethal. Stability improvements. We've resolved issues that could cause the game to crash or be unstable. Like a lot of games that come out at launch in this day and age. Cyberpunk, Marvel Avengers, Returnal, Hitman. Yeah, exactly. The list goes on and on. Where it's due, 3.30. We've updated the credits to reflect work done since the last patch. Maybe I'm in there. Who knows? Location changes to Dubai. It's now in Antarctica. 7DS existing Dubai. We've resolved an issue where the unique exit music from the greed enumeration escalation would trigger when exiting the Dubai location in content not associated with the DLC. The voice of greed, we've made a change so that the dialogue from the greed enumeration now stops playing when players skip the end cutscenes. The sound of carpet. Aladdin is on his way. We've resolved an issue that could prevent carpet sound effects from playing in Dubai. There was nothing wrong with the carpet itself, but 47 was not quite touching the carpet. Some voodoo shit right there. Location changes for Dartmoor, England. It is now in Australia. Best intentions. We've fixed a typo in the subtitles near the end of the means, motive, and opportunity mission story. We're not going to tell you too much about it because, spoilers. Left in suspense, we've resolved an issue where Agent 47 could get stuck when vaulting over walls in Dartmoor, especially near the trophy room. Hangdown, we fixed an issue where the phone in the lawyer's office was always standing up. My room. We fixed an issue where 47 can be spotted through a wall in Alexa's bedroom. That was annoying. Same thing with Chongqing, China, in the restaurant. Man, some of those people there could just, it's like x-ray vision. They could see right through the walls, but that supposedly got fixed. Yeah, a very observant lady in Chongqing, China. We've reinforced some of the walls in the restaurant to prevent NPCs from, having x-ray vision. Paper Town, we've resolved an issue where some buildings in the background of China appear to be made of paper or not connected to one another. Well, you know what they say about the quality control of the shit you get from China. No, seriously, it's actually pretty good, so this better reflects what would be going on in the real world. Wetsuits, we've removed a layer of waterproof coating from the Raver suit, Futo suit, Freedom Phantom suit, and the Lynch suit so that they look wet when outdoors in the Chinese rain. Same goes for 47's head. Apartment stalkers, we fixed a few tiny holes in the walls of the apartment staircase that allowed eagle-eyed NPCs to see 47 performing illegal actions. They could probably see him perform legal actions too, but nobody reported that as a problem. Inside Rain Out, we've tweaked a few things so that players no longer hear the outside sounds of rain and traffic from certain places in the vicinity of Chongqing. Location changes. Mendoza, Argentina. It's now in Canada. Villa on top. We've tweaked the drain pipes of the Villa roof to make sure they're visible from all angles. Legal rifles. Sniper rifles are now considered to be illegal when carried in any outfit in Mendoza to be consistent with all other locations. Location changes. Carpathian Mountains, Romania. Improbable Proloff. We've tweaked some of the parameters of the Proloff parable to allow players to earn the Silent Assassin rating on all 3 levels. The Seeger 300 Arctic, we've tweaked the inventory image of the Seeger 300 Arctic to better reflect the suppressor on the weapon. Legacy location changes a Hitman 1 and 2 for Marrakesh, Zaidan's prisoner. We've put the bag back on the prisoner's head. Literally, they did that. Sapienza, solo personalo, autorizzato. I botched that, whatever. We fixed a sign on the door to the cave tunnel that was only visible when the door was open. Isle of Scale, Washington. We've updated the description for the Ghost of Janus Pass challenge to have the correct spelling of Sophia, Washington. Virtual reality, PSVR, no one cares about it because it's botched anyways. Seriously, no one plays that. But we've made some tweaks to the font colors to make them easier to read depending on the background color. Fixed several issues with textures. There you have it. Platform-specific changes for the Switch performance mode. We've added a toggle to enable performance mode from 720p 60 FPS over the default option of 1080p 30 FPS. Precision fire. We've added the steady aim feature to the L button on the Nintendo Switch, and this allows you to improve your aim and slow down time when aiming with a sniper rifle, with the Marksman perk especially useful for the Sniper Assassin game mode and certain mission stories. The in-game UI and controller maps will display this accurately. Helpful note that it's possible to toggle whether you want to hold or tap ZL in order to aim a weapon. Look for the toggle aim option in Options Gameplay Weapon Aim. Note that this won't affect 47's aiming when throwing. This will still require the play to hold the button to move 47's throwing arc. The Dubai demo, we've added a new 10-minute trial available for all Nintendo Switch players, allowing them to experience the new performance mode on the opening level of the game, Dubai. The May roadmap will also be revealed later, and once we know more, we'll let our viewers know. There you have it. As always, if you like the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. It greatly helps support the channel with the algorithm and making me just a little bit more relevant in the search results when people are looking shit up on the internet. If you didn't like the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs down, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'll just make sure that the next time you play the game and you think you're about to pull off some sweet challenges, I invade your game. And this is what happens to you.
I'll do it. I will eat your ass.
But if you want to subscribe to the channel, naturally that would be fantastic. But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. Maybe I'll see some of you in the next video. Bye for now.